The word gospel comes from the Greek word evangelion, and the ancient word evangelion, it's like we get the word evangelism, evangelical, right from that same root. This word had a couple of meanings in the ancient world. In the most general sense, it meant just any good news. Somebody had a child or was married or something. Oh, it was good news. That was evangelion. But then there was another ancient meaning to this, a more specific meaning, and it's not the one that we know. That's actually a little bit later. The Evangelion, whenever the emperor would enter a town, he would send a herald in front of him, and this herald would go into the town and basically tell the people to prepare for Caesar. Caesar is coming, and then he would list the various battles in which Caesar had been victorious, the various enemies that he'd vanquished. And that listing was the Evangelion. So when the church takes this message of our Lord and his life and his teachings and calls it the Evangelion, for the first people hearing that, that would have dropped a couple of major spoilers about the whole thing. Because, first of all, it tells us who Jesus is. He's a king. And secondly, it tells us how the story ends. He wins, he is victorious. In essential Orthodox Christian beliefs, we read many ancient pagan readers, when first encountering a Christian written gospel or hearing the word during a Christian liturgy, would have had certain expectations of the kind of thing he or she was hearing. And they would have had those expectations both fulfilled and shattered. They would have had those expectations fulfilled because Jesus indeed is a king and he is indeed victorious. But their expectations would have been completely shattered because the kind of king that he was not the kind of king they were used to, one who ruled with power and might, but one who ruled with selfless love and compassion. And the victory that he wins in the ancient world did not look like a victory at all. Dying on a cross was anything but a sign of victory. So you get this message, and yes, they hear the message of a victorious king, but it sure isn't any kind of message they'd heard before.